Hi everyone. I hope you're feeling okay today. I know it's a bit of a rubbish Monday today, isn't it? They call it Blue Monday, some people say today's a bit of a sad Monday and we all feel a bit rubbish and sad and down. So if you feel a bit like that, that's okay. I've been feeling a bit like that too, so we can share that together, can't we? It's okay to feel bad some days. We don't always have to feel good. Feeling bad is just part of life, isn't it? And as long as we make sure that we're doing all the right things we can and talking about it and telling our mummies and daddies about it, because you remember what we say in school, that if we have a problem, we hold it in our hands. We always say, if we hold it in our hands and we don't tell anyone, we keep it to ourselves and we pretend it's not there and we lie about it, or we just say, no, we feel fine, what happens to the problem? You're right, it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's too big for us to hold. And then that's a really tricky problem to fix, isn't it? But if we've got a problem and we hold it in our hands, so my problem might be I'm feeling sad, or my problem might be that I'm finding something tricky, or my problem might be that, oopsie, I broke something of my mummy's. I'm holding the problem in my hand. Now I'm going to look at it. I'm going to tell my mummy, Mummy, I broke your special lamp. And we're going to look at the problem together. Oh, I looked at it. My mummy looked at it. She said, that's okay. We can help glue it back together. Oh, the problem's gone. We talked about the problem and it's fixed. Isn't that great? So think about that this week. See if you have a problem or you feel something and you think, I don't know what to do. I don't feel very good about this. See if you can talk about it. Tell somebody about it that's really important to you. See if they can help you fix it together. We don't want our problems to get so big we can't hold them. That's what happens if we leave them all to ourselves. We keep them to ourselves, doesn't it? Now today I thought we'd read a story called On the Farm. Now, I wish you could feel this. Some of you might have read it at school, but it's a very soft covered book. It's lovely. On the farm. Oh, it's got our tricky word there, isn't it? Can you imagine what it's like to live on a farm? It looks peaceful. As the sun comes up, the cockerel crows, cock-a-doodle-doo, and everyone in the farmhouse begins to stir. The cows come plodding slowly down the lane. Their warm breath steams in the morning air. Wow, it's very early, isn't it? The sun's just come up. The sleepy cows are plodding down the lane. I wonder how this farmer feels. Mooing and stomping their heavy feet, the cows line up in the milking barn. The farmer puts tubes onto their pink udders, and their creamy milk is sucked into a cool tank. Because it might be that if you've only got 1 or 2 cows on your farm, that you do your milking by hand. But if you've got a dairy farm, so a farm that produces milk and different things that come from the cow, it's much easier to have one of these machines, isn't it? How interesting. A big tanker truck rumbles into the farmyard. I wonder what's in there. The driver pumps the fresh milk into the tanker and takes it away to be sold. So again, maybe if you've only got a couple of cows on your farm, you can put it into pails, into buckets, and you can carry those buckets where you want to take the milk. But if you've got all those cows, you're going to need a big tanker, aren't you? Next, it's time to feed the hens. They peck, peck, peck at the scattered corn. Inside the little hen house, nestled in the straw, are 1, 2, 3 warm speckled eggs. There are some new baby lambs over in the barn. 2 are sucking milk from their mother and wagging their little woolly tails happily. But there's no room for the littlest one, so she has to be fed from a baby's bottle. Soon her tail starts wagging too. Sometimes, if the mummy can't give the babies what they need, then the humans have to give them what they need with one of these bottles. I wonder if you've ever fed a lamb with a bottle. They're quite strong. They're stronger than you think. Outside, the sheepdog is guiding the sheep to a sunny meadow. The farmer whistles to tell him to which way to turn. The dog crouches quietly at the gate as the sheep trot through and start to munch on the long green grass. The tractor is chugging up and down in the next field. It's planting lots of seeds in rows. Hungry little birds would like to eat the seeds, but the scarecrow scares them all away. I wonder why he's called a scarecrow. Scare-crow. Scarecrow. Scarecrow. Because he scares crows, which are a type of bird. Some plants are already growing under a big warm shelter. There are tomato plants, but no tomatoes yet. Oh, excuse me, Beach Cat. And bean plants with pretty flowers, but not a single bean. But there's plenty of lettuce that's ready to eat. The children pick the biggest one to take home. As the sun sinks down behind the hills, the hens cluck sleepily and go inside their hen house. The tractor comes chugging across the field, and the farmer and his sheepdog trudge back home. Everyone kicks off their muddy boots and scrambles inside. It's been a very busy day. Would you like to live on a farm? It sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it, living on a farm? Getting up very, very early, not going to bed until late, and having to do lots and lots of jobs all the time. But it does also look like a lot of fun, doesn't it? I wonder if you've ever been to a farm, or if you know anyone who has a farm. Have a think. See if you can tell the person you're watching with, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.